Sego, my name is Cheryl Henhawk, and I'm the Director of Recreation with the Six Nations of the Grand River Parks and Recreation Department. On behalf of Parks and Recreation, I would like to extend a big welcome to our annual 22nd annual Tom Longboat Run, although it's going to be a virtual run this year again in the year 2021. I'd like to just give you a little bit of history as to how we started the Tom Longboat Run way back in the year 2000. Representatives from the Health Services and Parks and Recreation got together, and we decided that we have a renowned runner in our community who has accomplished a great deal in long distance running, and we decided that because he is a legacy in the sport of long distance running, and he's from our community, and we wanted to also give an opportunity for our community to participate in an easy physical activity that they can do and do all year long. So the purpose would be to remember, to promote the memory of Tom Longboat, and also to encourage our residents of Six Nations of the Grand River to be active for the whole year. We didn't want to make it a competitive event. We just wanted to make it an event where people can gather, we can remember Tom, and we can also participate in some physical activity. But of course, you have to be active throughout your life, or I should say at least a year leading up into it, if you want to run 10 kilometers, which is what we have established our run to be. And we've encouraged people to walk, bicycle, even rollerblade, and run our event. So that's something that we did back in the year 2000, and it's just been great that here we are in the year 2021, we're still carrying on with our run. I also wanted to let you know just an accomplishment about Tom, and he has a long list of accomplishments in the world of long distance running, and probably too numerous to mention here in this little bit of time that I have to extend greetings to you. But I just wanted to read a passage from a book written by Jack Batten. It's called The Man Who Ran Faster Than Everyone, and it talked about how he started his run at the Boston Marathon in the year 1907. And it starts out, and I'm sorry, I have to put on my glasses. He's running the day of the race, Friday, April 19th, came up unseasonably cold, 39 degrees Fahrenheit or 4 degrees Celsius, and a raw wind, the nip of winter in the air. At noon, when the starting gun sent 126 runners away from Ashland, Longboat wore a sweater over his jersey to keep off the chill. He was content in the jostle of the first 3 miles to lay a couple of 100 yards back of the pack of runners who sprinted to the front. Then, feeling warmer, preparing to increase his pace, he took off his sweater and tossed it to Ashley, who was his manager at the time, and who was accompanying Longboat in a slow-moving car. Ashley missed the toss, and the sweater fell into the road. Longboat turned back to retrieve it. "No, no, Tom," panicked Ashley shouted. "Keep going." It was Longboat's favorite sweater. He wasn't going to risk losing it. He picked it off the road and dropped it in Ashley's lap. Behind Longboat, a dozen runners pounded past. Ashley moaned. Longboat grinned. He'd catch those guys, nothing to worry about. On the day of this Boston Marathon, Longboat was a man of impulsive confidence, and he went on to win the 1907 Boston Marathon, even though he stopped and picked up his favorite sweater. And his time stood for many years. It was 2 hours and 24 minutes and 25 seconds, and that was the record at the day, so to speak, or of the year, as long as the Boston Marathon had been running. And it'd been held for decades of years beyond that. So that, just a tidbit of information about Tom and how he was such an accomplished runner, and being an Onondaga, from the Onondaga Nation, from our community of Six Nations of the Grand River, and that's a reason for us to be proud. And I am so glad that you're taking the time out of your day here on June 4th to remember Tom and to listen to our event, our virtual event. Nyawa.